Alright, we got 4 tickets here. That's plenty enough to play in, like, 2 more and 04 both of them. What have we got in this pack? Got a Doppelbot, which is actually, like, pretty absurd. I played against this card in, I think, the second draft, maybe the third one. I don't remember, but it was, like, really, really good against me. There are a lot of really good creatures with abilities in this set, or in this format. So I'm actually thinking about taking it. If it wasn't in the pack, I'd probably take Korok or Gauntlets, but I'm just gonna, like, jam Doppelbot. Iron Beard's too small, Synapsis Oracle's too not Steel Eye Seer, and Virek Evan's Gold doesn't do anything at rank 1, so those cards are just not pickable. So it's between these 3, and I actually want to try Doppelbot, so I don't know what I'm drafting with it, but I'm definitely going to be drafting some Doppelbots, that's for sure. I really want this card to work, but it never does. Like, I never ever get Forge Guardian Omega, and every time I try, I just, like, lose, so we're not drafting it. Gunner's probably the best card in the pack. It's a 5/5, a 10/10, which is pretty good sized. I could take a Spirian Scarab. There's no guarantee I get Aloyan. I could take Seismic Adept, but I don't think it's that great. So I'm just going to take the Sentry to keep my options open, and then take Necromoeba. I have 2 robots. The only legendary robot is Arcflight Squadron, I believe, and Bright Steel Sentinel. Those aren't good enough to make me want to play robots, so I guess I will take the Necromoeba. And then Dreadbolt, because the Dreadbolt's utility is a lot better than just having a random creature. Really like Scythe of Chiron and Soul Reap. I think these are the best cards, and with no minus right now, like no Discordant Strikes. Like, having Discordant Strikes and Soul Reaps is really strong, but I think Scythe of Chiron is just, like, the best card. It makes your creatures huge, and robots, like, these cards already have naturally high toughness, so giving them a lot of power makes them very difficult to take down, especially when you're sapping your opponent's creature's power. Onyxian Phantasm's not good. Embryo's Edict is probably fine. I'm gonna take Arbiter in case I get, like, Cacklebones, because I think that's, like, the game plan right there. If you can get Cacklebones and Leyline Demons and stuff like that. I'm gonna take Scythian Tormentor because I think it's actually pretty good in this, only in this faction pair. I guess I'll take the Phantasm. I don't think any of these cards are very good. And then the Scrapforge Titan, I guess. Achillean's Soul Drinker is awful. Scourge Flame Sorcerer is awful. I think Simulacrum's not that great. Shallow Grave is definitely not good. So it's either Nephrax or Killian. Killian levels cards. I don't really have anything that's super weak at level 1 except for Scrapforge Titan and possibly Zethian Tormentor. I really like Nephrax, especially with Necromoeba. So I'm just gonna take Nephrax. It makes a lot of big creatures, and that's one thing I really like about it. I'm just gonna take more Necromoebas. If I can, like, get sights or stuff to put on these Necromoebas, they'd be quite strong. And then take more Anvilon Arbiters so I can grab these Cacklebones that show up. I think Soul Surge Grimgaunt's okay. Like, in a combat where you can play, like, a ton of things, it's really strong. Wow, this pack is really good. I cannot remember what Eniok does. I'm pretty sure it's just, like, definitely not the pick here, but it's really sweet. Whenever creature's destroyed, it can replace itself with the next level version, and at rank 3, it's a Mobility 1, Regen 10, 24/10. That does damage every time it heals itself. So the picks are between probably not Eniok. Let's take Eniok off the list. Scythe, Duskmaw, or Steel Eye Seer. It actually just might be Scythe again. A Scythe with Nephrax, Necromoeba, Leyline Sentry, Doppelbot, and Anvilon Arbiter gives my creatures a lot of power with their already naturally high toughness. Duskmaw is really good, but if you're not playing 3 of them, like, it's not nearly as consistent. And Steel Eye Seer is, I think this is a really close pick between Steel Eye Seer and Scythe, but I'm gonna give the edge to Scythe here. And these cards are mediocre, I think, at best. I could take Progeny of Zith, just have a, like, persistent threat. War Machine to pump up my guys. It might be War Machine, actually, because I have 2 Necromoebas to pump, like, 3 Necromoebas to pump my Oozlings. Ray the Grimgaunt's really strong with Necromoeba. And take another Dreadbolt. This is actually pretty hard. I can take Immortal Echoes, or a Duskmaw, or a Spiritstone Sentry. Actually, all these cards are good except for Tarsus Necrolord, which is just not going to be picked. Benefits to Spiritstone Sentry is that I have 2 Scythes already to work with it, plus Nephrax to sacrifice it, and Zethian Tormentor to sacrifice it. That's pretty good in favor of Spiritstone Sentry. For Immortal Echoes, I have literally 0 creatures with come into play abilities I want to persist. Like, War Machine's, like, okay, not great. Cagglebones is actually bad, because I don't want to give them free spells if I don't know what creature I'm killing. Doom Rider's okay. Again, my creature's all pretty buff, so I don't foresee a lot of them dying. So I think Spiritual Sentry is just the pick here. And Duskmaw's just a solid card, but passing up the previous Duskmaw makes me not want to take this one either. Leyline Demon works with my Cacklebones, but does not work. It's not a Rite of the Grimgaunt. Is that fine? Probably, because I'd rather have another Cacklebones than a second Rite. And I can take more Avalon Arbiters because it's better than all these cards. And I get the second Rite anyway. And the Crypt Conjure, which is quite good with my 6 Necrogram spells. And my last spell will be... I'm kind of considering Lucid Echoes, because my hands are all kind of combo-centric. Like, I want to have a big creature and put Rite on it or Scythe on it. At the same time, Iron Mane's a huge threat. It eventually becomes a 30-30, and I don't really have any levelers, though, which is a problem. Because Iron Maiden sucks if you just play it, in all honesty. Lucid Echoes helps me draw the spells I need, plus the Zithian Tormentor or what have you. But I think it's worse than Killian, because Killian can level my Scrapforged Titan or my... I guess that's kind of it, right? I mean, nothing in my deck is like a great to level. So it's probably Iron Maiden or Lucid Echoes. I'm not sure which is better. I don't have any Iron Mine Acolytes. If I had Iron Mine Acolytes, I'd be tempted to take Lucid Echoes, but I think I'm just going to take the Iron Maiden here. And then take a third Rite or a fourth Avalon Arbiter. It's probably going to be Rite of the Grimgaunt. I think that card's much stronger than a fourth Avalon Arbiter. I'm not going to take the Scrapforged Titan because I definitely don't want more than one of those. Iron Man Squadron is fine, but I think Rite of the Grimgaunt's much better, especially if I can pick up more Crypt Conjurers like I'm doing right now. 2 more picks left, another Crypt Conjure, excellent, and a Iron Man Squadron. Sweet. I've actually never, ever played this archetype before. I wish I would have gotten Ambriel's Edict, so I could have used it with my Zithian Tormentor and my Soul Scourge Grimgaunt, but I just didn't see one after I picked those 2 cards. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to start up round 1 right now.